We are grading some of your Dynasty trades on today's video.
Baby.
If you want your trade to be considered, join our Discord with the link in the description. And then anytime you put a trade through the Dynasty Trades text channel over there on our Discord, we will consider it for this video. We got a lot of people we're talking about today. Players in this video: Mark Andrews, Waddle, Diggs, AJ Brown, Garrett Wilson, Jonathan Taylor, DJ Moore, Cam Akers. We've got 4 trades we're going to take you through here today. So let's go trade by trade. The first one is from Sugar Shane, and he says this one absolutely should be on the trade show. So Team A has Mark Andrews, Jalen Waddle, and a third. Team B gets Stephon Diggs, AJ Brown. Where do you land here on this deal? Which side are you taking?
Yeah, at first glance, when I looked at this, I thought there was a clear winner. I thought it was going to be Stephon Diggs, AJ Brown, but when I really had a quick look, because it was weird. That was the first glance. I was like, oh, I'm going wide receivers. When we really break it down, I am taking Team A, Mark Andrews, Jalen Waddle, and 23 third. I mean, the tight end too, especially in Dynasty, and this is a really hard position for you to get a hold of unless you're drafting really high, drafting Mark Andrews in the second or third round, depending on your leagues. And then also, another thing I wanted to say, he finished 5th amongst wide receivers this past year. I do believe
Mark Andrews.
Yeah, Mark Andrews. Right. I do believe that could continue, finishing again in the top 5, maybe even top 10. I think that's great for Mark Andrews as well. So for me, it has to be Team A. I love Stephon Diggs. I love AJ Brown. And I love who they are connected to. But I think for me, if I can solidify my tight end position and still get a young Jalen Waddle that is my tight end 5 or tight end 4, excuse me, my wide receiver.
Jalen's a tight end?
My wide receiver 4, wide receiver 5. I would rather do that than get Stephon Diggs and AJ Brown.
I tend to agree. I'm Team A here, and I don't want to drag it on too long. But if you look at startup values alone, from 207 to the 306 in a regular Superflex Dynasty startup draft, all these guys could be going at any moment. So I don't think that there's really a huge gap in between either side. And then Team A, you just get that extra little draft capital, that shot in the dark in the 23 class. Exactly. But for me, this is more about my worries of AJ Brown than Waddle. Like I worry more about AJ than I do about Waddle. AJ's my wide receiver 6, Waddle's my 5. So it's not as if I'm completely off AJ Brown at all. But AJ's knees worry me slightly as someone who owns him in quite a few leagues. And I'm not the biggest fan of Jalen Hurts. He produced a wide receiver 30 last year with Devonta Smith, and now I'm just supposed to believe that he's a better quarterback and he's going to make a top 12 guy. It's like people are like, well, he's just going to throw more. And I'm like, okay. Waddle, we've already seen it with Tua. We've already seen him. He's broken records for receptions with Tua. I think his game really suits Tua well. And the way I view Miami is that it's really going to run through Tyreek and Waddle. Yep. So I gave Team A an A, Team B a B.
Yep. That's me too. Yeah. Team A and A and Team B and B. Love that.
Trade number 2 here is from Niller. And the context is it's a 14 team, half PPR Superflex. He said he's rebuilding. So he's giving up JT. Now, the 2 firsts, he said, are most likely later firsts, both within the 108 to the 114.
Yeah.
So you can see the trade here on your screen. JT is leaving. He's on Team B. And then Team A, we get Garrett Wilson, David Bell, the 223 first. But he has mentioned that these are probably late firsts.
Exactly.
Where do you sit here? Because we've been pretty pro selling JT, but I'm not sure if this is enough here. Where do you sit?
Yeah, and that's the thought process here. I'm not in love with what the JT side is receiving or what the JT owner is receiving. And the one thing I have in my notes, could that David Bell or Garrett Wilson, maybe forget about Garrett Wilson and David Bell. Why don't we try and get a Waddle, a T. Higgins, get a Waddle and T. Higgins, and maybe those 223 first, and maybe you could throw in a little piece or something. Because I wasn't exactly excited about David Bell. There's so much that has to go right for David Bell. I believe in Garrett Wilson, and he was a top wide receiver in my eyes. But there's too much. I'm giving you so much guaranteed in Jonathan Taylor where I'm getting question marks even with those 2023 second round picks.
Yeah.
Especially at the end of the round. Especially in a 14-man league. So if you could have guaranteed me that these rounds would have been in the first half and then gotten, or in the middle half and late half and gotten a Waddle and T, I would have been more secure and excited for you. But I don't love what I'm getting back in value. So
I agree. I actually tend to agree. I am with Team B here, and that's crazy. I've never said I'm on the Jonathan Taylor side of a trade, but you know, we've seen some ridiculous trades for JT, and I don't think that this necessarily falls into that category, unfortunately. You know, we've seen deals with good young talents and 3 first-round picks, you know. So when I look at this deal, again, just like you said, I'm like, we need a Javonte, we need a Najee, we need a CD, a Kyle Pitts, someone that's young, proven, because it's not that I don't like Garrett Wilson, but I'm not so sure that his value is going to just go through the roof this year.
Exactly.
I don't know if it's going to be like an absolute smash from the very beginning. And then if we're already getting late picks, I mean, will we even find someone who's going to be close to JT's value? I don't know the answer. So for me, yeah, I had Team A as a C plus and Team B as a B. So I don't like this trade really that much for either side. It's not a trade that excites me, but I do think the JT side could and should have gotten more.
Yeah, and for me, my team B is an A and Team A is a B minus. I think you still got the 23 first, but the players that you could have gotten could have been significantly better, you know?
Totally. Like, you're right. I mean, Waddle, if it's Waddle there in the 2 firsts, like, easy. If it's you know, someone that's proven, CD Lamb or Najee or, you know, Kyle Pitts or whatever, like, you're probably not going to get that deal done. But you see what we're saying, right? Like, we just wanted a more solidified, a T Higgins. Who knows? So, all right, third trade we're going to look at here is from Rajul. It's a 10-team Superflex league. Team A gets DJ Moore. Team B gets 24 first, a 23 second, in Adam Thielen. I think you guys know where I'm going with this one. Just another example that I wanted to show you guys of DJ Moore's trade value still in the market. People are getting a first and a second. I don't even care about Adam Thielen in this trade. I truly don't care about Adam Thielen. But if you're able to get a first and a second round pick right now for DJ Moore, I'm probably taking that deal. A lot of people continue to view DJ Moore as this, he's so young, he's so good, he's just never had the quarterback. Well, I would like to, you know, counter that with DJ Moore has a limited ceiling. He's never scored over 4 touchdowns in his career. 1,000 yards. If you're going to comment, well, he gets 1,000 yards. Great. He should. I mean, 1,000 yards should not be the standard for a good dynasty wide receiver anymore. There are 17 games in the NFL, and the NFL is pass happy. You shouldn't just say he gets 1,000 yards, because if you look at 1,000 yards and let's say a receiver gets 1,000 yards in a 17-game season, that's not averaging all that many yards per game. So that shouldn't be the standard anymore. Last year, DJ Moore, wide receiver 30 in points per game. Baker Mayfield, is he the savior? A lot of people on Twitter seem to think so. But Baker Mayfield's average finish from his wide receiver 1 as a full-time starter is the wide receiver 30 and above. So I just think DJ Moore is someone who's going to turn, you know, it's funny. Watch when he turns 26. There's going to be this weird light switch in the dynasty community. And they're like, oh wait, DJ's 26 now. Like, that's what happened when Terry turned 26. People are like, wait, I don't think I want to build with him anymore. You know, it's just like, so for me, I don't think DJ Moore's actually had the production that he needs to be considered a top 12 dynasty wide receiver like he's currently being valued in the community. So I love the value for Team B here. Yeah,
completely agree. Let's not waste any more time. We both are not a fan of DJ Moore. I'm taking Team B every single day. I give Team B a B plus and Team A B minus.
Yeah, I was a little bit harsher. I gave Team A a C and Team B an A. You're telling me that you're giving up a first and a second and Adam Thielen for DJ Moore. I mean, are you competing? Because if you're trying, no, genuinely, because this is my question here. If you're competing and you're trying to win right now, why are you moving Adam Thielen and a first and a second for DJ Moore? Adam Thielen could outscore DJ Moore this year. You know what I mean? I just don't understand.
I have no idea, but people
the
do
DJ Moore side of this.
I wanted to be nice. I mean, people like DJ Moore. I guess I want to be a little nice, but yeah,
I fully expect people to roast me in the comments who are DJ Moore truthers. Anyway, that happens on Twitter. Okay, trade number 4 from Bayou. Context is a 12-team Superflex full PPR league. Team A gets Kareem Hunt in a 23 first. Team B gets Cam Akers and Rachaad White. I know you're a big Cam Akers guy. I want to see where you lean here. Do you lean Team B? Are you Team A? Where do you stand? I know you're also not a big Kareem Hunt guy, so that's why I thought this would be interesting to talk about.
I'm not a big Kareem Hunt guy, but I do believe there are more talented players in the 2023 first. That is the problem. More talented running backs specifically. Okay. If I really, let's say I'm trying to, tier up in a running back in 2023, hypothetically, if there's that 2023 in the first 5, I think this is 12 team league, so I think that was okay. For me, it's Team A. I would rather have Team A as much as I love Cam Akers and he is my guy and I believe in him. I agree with you. There is a chance that he could get hurt, that he may not be the same guy. Am I still taking a chance everywhere else? Yes, but if I can solidify 23 first for Cam and get a Bijan and get Gibbs.
Well, I think only one person gets Bijan.
For sure. And I'm saying get a Bijan, Gibbs, all these guys have the opportunity for somebody better with less injury to come in. I'm taking that every single day. But no one is offering a first. I feel like I've tried to move Cam sometimes just to see what I can get. People don't want to trade for first specifically. They want other players in the mix. So I would rather take the 23 first here. So I'm with Team A.
Yeah, this has everything to do with my worries of Cam Akers, to be honest. I've been pretty vocal of just avoiding it. I'm happy to be wrong. I just want to avoid someone having to prove history, going against history. That's hard. And then I also think Kareem Hunt he's really undervalued in Dynasty right now. Truly. We see guys like Leonard Fournette going in the 5th, 6th rounds. We see guys like James Conner going in the 5th, 6th rounds, Zeke. And they're all older than Kareem Hunt. Kareem Hunt is 26 years old right now. He'll be 27 when the season begins. He was a top 6 running back in fantasy last year before his injury. Okay. Now you got Deshaun Watson stepping in. At some point, this offense is going to be better. Talks about a contract extension for Kareem Hunt. Let's see. I think Kareem Hunt and Nick Chubb make maybe the best running back duo in the NFL. I know we could argue, but maybe the best 1-2 punch, and they complement each other super well. So I look at Kareem Hunt as someone who his value could drastically raise in season. So I'm definitely going the Team A side. Let me just ask you, just out of curiosity, has your confidence in Cam Akers shaken at all this offseason? Do you feel like less confident on him in general?
No. Okay. I'm still confident in Cam Akers. I still believe he can come back. I think a lot of people are looking at the time that he did come back, coming off of Achilles injuries for the first time and playing against some of the best defenses in the playoffs. I'm still believing in him. I believe in the talent. I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt. The injury, super hard to overcome and make history. Agreed. But I'm still putting my chips in for Cam Akers because I believe he's there. He's a Super Bowl champion. Let's be honest.
Sure. I think the only reason I bring up his performance in the playoffs is because when people bring up, it's like people talk about him coming back from the injury as if that proves that he's just going to be an incredible dynasty running back.
Right.
Like people's conversation point is, well, he came back so early from the Achilles. Great job. I don't understand why that's a point, but
right.
Team A gets a B+ for me, Team B a B-. So I did think it was pretty close.
Yeah. Same thing for me.
All right, guys, why don't you comment down below? Let us know what your thoughts are on these trades, which way you lean, left, right. I don't know. History. Team A, Team B. Let us know in the comments below.
Yo, what's good? Thanks for watching. We got a lot more videos.
A lot more.
If you want more videos.
Watch it.
You can also subscribe.
Right now.
If you want to.
You need to.
And lastly, don't forget that you can sign up to support the show and get exclusive content by going to patreon.com/FantasyLandFam.